guys, welcome back. My name's Musthelog, and this, I believe, is episode 4 of my Minecraft adventure. As you can see, I've done a little bit of work on the front of the base, put up a couple of farms, just a wheat farm and a sugarcane farm. Just to get myself started, need a little bit of resources, still very early on in the game. I'm going to take you inside and show you what I've done inside my base. Now, this is just a bit of a mock-up of what I'm thinking the inside might look like. I'm thinking I might change this stuff, which I think is basalt. I might change that to nether brick or something like that. I'm not 100% sure at the moment. Still, again, early on, I need to get a few more resources and have a look and see what looks really good. But I'm almost definitely going to be using this opal. Ah, I just love it. Look at it. The way it changes colour as you sort of gradually walk through, it's amazing. I'm thinking that path that leads all the way from way down in that magical forest biome all the way up into my base is going to be made of opal. And now this stuff, holy stone, I found. It's really cool. I love the sound it makes as well. Just listen. Ah, it's so cool. I found this, and the way you make it is just with feathers surrounded by smooth stone. So I'll show you, I'll make a little bit for you guys. So grab some feathers, grab some smooth stone, oops, then you just chuck a feather in the middle, surround it with smooth stone. Bang, there you go, you've got holy stone. And then with the chisel, which I've made, I'll show you guys in my little backpack, this thing here. So now what you can do with the chisel, you right click it, you can stick blocks in there, and it gives you a whole bunch of different designs for all just the basic blocks. I'm not sure if it works with everything. I know it doesn't work with a lot of the Natura woods, so like all the extra wood and stuff, it's just the vanilla stuff, but it works with quite a few blocks. And of course you can just have a look through the NEI, you go at chisel, and that's all of it just in there. There's tons and tons and tons of it. Lots of cool, really cool blocks like this sort of stuff. And you can probably see that I've dug a big hole, a really circular hole, I guess. This goes all the way up to the top of the mountain, and this goes all the way down to my mine, which is directly below. What I want to eventually do is dig all of this out, all the way pretty much down to bedrock, and then all the way close to the top up here somewhere. I'm not going to go up there, it's a hell of a climb. Let me off. Dig all this out, and then I want to sort of put a glass dome at the top, and then all this is going to be empty, and along the edge there's going to be a path leading down to the different levels that are going to spread off in probably the cardinal directions out this way, and this way in my base, and that's where all my stuff's going to be eventually held. I think that's what I want to do. I might change it up a little bit, we'll see how we go. Obviously there's going to be lots of digging, because I don't have quarries in this pack. I mean, I have the ender quarry, that's pretty late game though for me, so I don't know how much that's going to be helpful. But yeah, definitely going to be lots of digging. But, you know, it's okay, we've got these tools. I've made some stone versions of the Tinker tools, and that's something that I'm going to show you guys this episode. So you've got a hammer and the lumber axe, but what I'm going to do is upgrade those, because I've just been using the basic ones in between episodes, just to dig out a bit of this place and get myself a few resources. As you can probably see, looking here, it's full of all sorts of stuff. And this stuff as well. I want to show you what this white stones do, but I think we'll leave that for another day. So today what I want to do is I want to get started on some Thaumcraft. Now I've got myself a little setup over here, so I'm going to clear out my inventory a little bit and get rid of this stuff and this stuff. Put this away, and I'm going to grab this stuff right here. And now I'm going to show you the very first beginnings of Thaumcraft. So what you want to do, first thing you want to do is pop a stick in there and get some iron nuggets, which is pretty simple. You just break down an iron ingot, and you're going to make yourself 2 of these. Looks like a hat, gives you 2 iron caps. Grab them, then you put a stick in the middle, 2 caps on either side, and you've got your ironed capped wooden wand. The very first wand you're going to make in Thaumcraft. And you can see in the top left corner there's a little HUD type thing. It's not really going to tell you much at the moment. As you can see, it's all empty, but eventually you'll be able to find these things called nodes, which are just little points of light. There was one in my original little Thaumcraft dungeon base right back at the start of this that was sitting in the middle of the floor. So basically you can drain the essence, I guess, out of them, and it fills up your wand, fills up the little bars in the top there. So this is the most useful item, well, not the most useful item, but it's the most basic and most necessary item for Thaumcraft. The next thing I'm going to do is make myself a Thaumanomicon. And now the Thaumanomicon is basically your instruction guide. It's the thing that's going to show you how to build everything, how to make everything. It's going to let you do research on all the stuff in Thaumcraft. So all you need to do is put a bookshelf down, right click it with your wand, and bang, there you go, there's your Thaumanomicon. Now let's have a look in this thing. Here we've got all the basics, so it tells you about all the different trees, so the, what are they called? Great wood trees, the silver wood trees, the different leaves and all sorts of stuff in here. You got the different ores that you can get, different enchantments it'll tell you about, and so on and so forth. All the basic stuff's here on the first page. As you can see, you've got all these different tabs open. Sorry, all these different tabs. So this is all the stuff here. Anything that's lit up like this is stuff that I actually have unlocked, which is, you know, not a lot at the moment. Anything that's flashing like this, you can begin doing research on it, but you, as you can see in the little red text there, it says you need scribing tools and paper to get this research on. Now there's a whole bunch of stuff. There is quite a lot of stuff in this. And you know, as this goes on, I'm going to be showing you hopefully pretty much everything. Now the first thing you want to get for Thaumcraft, after the wand and after the Thaumanomicon, is this thing, which is called a Thermometer? Thermometer? Something like that. So super easy to build. Just build it in a workbench. It takes 2 of these shards, any shards, it doesn't matter, a piece of glass and 2 gold ingots. Now I'm going to make one straight away, just because I want to show you guys how it works and what it does. So bring it over here, put the 2 shards like so, the glass in the middle, and there we have it. Now, Thermometer lets you scan items and find out what they're made up of. So you just right click, boom, there we go. And I have discovered Saxum, which is I guess a stone element. We can have a look at the torch, and I've discovered Lux, which is light. Whoops, let's have a look at the furnace. Furnace, I've just got a whole bunch of stuff, and basically you just go around scanning everything you can possibly get your hands on. Now obviously I'm not going to make you guys sit through all of this, because there's a lot of stuff to scan, and obviously there's a few mods in here, and some of them won't let you scan stuff. As you can see, I'm trying to scan this holy stone, and in the bottom right you can see it saying nothing can be learned from this, which means there's going to be a few blocks or a few items or a few mobs or something that won't let you scan them, which is fine. You know, not everything needs to be scanned. And we can go through it, we can try the copper ore. There we go. As you can see, it says you do not have the knowledge required to understand this. So as you scan more and more stuff, you can see the list of aspects that you've found. So you're going to start off with your primal aspects, which is air, agua, ignis, auto, peridito, and terra. And they're the primal aspects. They're the very base of what Thaumcraft lets you do, or lets you study. And as you can see, when you start scanning stuff, it'll tell you what it's made of, tell you how to make it, it'll tell you what elements make it up, and when you're scanning stuff, you can see here I'm hovering over Lux and it'll tell me what I know, what I've scanned that has this element in it. So Ignis, it's telling me furnaces have Ignis in it. These ones I don't have anything for yet. You know, gravel has Terra, Saxum has just a ton of stuff in there, and so on and so forth. So the more stuff you scan, the more of these elements you'll discover. So let's see if I can scan some coal, see if that works. There we go, and I've discovered Potentia. So, whoops, basically you just want to scan everything you can get your grubby little hands on. Obviously there's going to be a lot of stuff that you can't scan at the start because you need to unlock more and more of the elements. But if you go in here, you can read this. We'll read this out to you. So every item, object or creature is bound by varying mystical elements known as aspects. Aspects describe the object's makeup and bent towards the magical elements. A simple stone may possess this aspect of Saxum, while more complex items like trees or even creatures can be made up of various different aspects in varying amounts. There are close to 50 known aspects, with more being discovered all the time. There are two main types of aspects, primal and compound. Primal aspects are the most basic types, which I just told you about: air, terra, ignis, agua, ordo, perdito. And it'll tell you, air is air, terra is earth, ignis is fire, agua is water, ordo is order, and perdito is entropy. All of these form the basic building blocks for all other aspects. Compound aspects. Now this is where it gets not tricky, but it gets more and more difficult as you go along. So compound aspects are built from two other aspects. The simplest compound aspects are made up from two primal aspects, but it is possible to have incredibly complex compound aspects made from successive layers of simpler aspects. The simplest example of such a compound aspect is the aspect of Victus, life, which is a combination of terra and agua, so earth and water. To view what aspects an item possesses, simply hold your cursor over it and the item will over the item and press sneak, and you will see what aspects that item has and what amount of each. So basically you can scan this stuff. You don't need to be sneaking when you've got the thermometer. I don't think it actually works without it though. So you can sort of just cruise around, scan everything. Let's try and scan the ladder. Nope, don't know what the ladder's made out of. What about iron? There we go, and I've discovered metallum. What about dirt? There we go, dirt's got earth in it, terra. So basically you can just literally run around your big base or wherever you are, scan as much stuff as you can until you run out, and then you're going to have to combine some aspects to find out some new ones. So the first thing you want to do with these is build, where is it? I'm guessing it's in Artifice, is build an arcane work table. No, maybe, no, you probably want the research table first. Super duper easy. You need some scribing tools, which are just glass files or glass bottles, a feather, and some black dye. See? And there's a whole bunch of different ways to make it. So I'm going to get to building the research table. I'll show you guys how to build an arcane work table a bit later when I need it. So what I'm going to do is grab some wood. That's over here somewhere. Let's grab a bunch of that. Go into my Thaumaturge, and so we're going to need some slabs and some planks. Super duper easy. Let's grab a little bit of that. Slide that across there. So we're going to need two of these. Bang, bang, done. I need two. Something silly. There we go. Two. Super easy. Now I've got these two tables. So you plonk these two tables down, bang, bang, and then you need to add scribing tools to it. Now, do I have black dye? Let's find out. I'm gonna say no. I probably don't because I'm unorganized. What about in here? Anywhere? No. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go kill a few squid, get some black dye, get some of these scribing tools made up, get some paper made up, and I'll be back in a little bit with you guys. Alright guys, this is my little pathway so far. So I don't know if I've showed you this, but this is the magical forest at the foothills of the mountains. And what I want to eventually do is build like a big, I don't know, entryway or a tower or something like that, and then it'll lead up this staircase. And I really want to get the stairs and the whole path made out of that opal. I know opal is only blocks, but there is something called forge micro blocks, which lets you cut up and change the shape and size of a lot of the blocks. I'm not sure if it's going to work with the opal. If it doesn't, it's going to be a little bit annoying, because then I won't be able to build stairs and I'll have to figure out a way for you to be able to walk up this staircase just on solid blocks, but we'll see. And then this whole path is going to be probably a bit wider, probably 3 by 3 across or something like that. Again, not 100% sure, so it all depends on how much resources and time I get. But then my little pathway, again, I'm going to have like another tower or something here that you'll go through into this little tunnel. Come through here, it leads all the way over here, down here. I need to come pick that up in a bit. And this is my little pathway up through my mountains into my base, and just periodically I'm going to have towers or sort of lookout posts scattered around. And then you come through here, across the bridge, and then I'm going to have my big grand entranceway once I actually get the resources to build it. Alright, now we're back in my base. I've got myself some ink sacs. I'm going to grab myself some glass. I've only got a little bit. Do I have sand in here? No, I don't. Well, I'll have to get some sand later on. At the moment, this should do. I probably only need a set of them. I don't need too many. Pop that in there with that and that. No, I need water. Fill that up. I think that's what I need. Is that what I need? Let me double check that. Thaumanomicon. What do I need? Glass file, go away. I need, oh no, just a feather and an ink sac. Alright, so let's grab one of them. I've got a bajillion feathers from my little chicken farm. I can put some of this stuff away. There we go. I'm actually going to make myself 2 of these. One for myself and one for the table that I'm going to build. So where are we? Glass vial, a couple of ink sacs, a couple of feathers, and boom, we've got 2 sets of scribing tools. Now we just come over here, plonk down the scribing tools, and bang, we have a research table. Now there's, for some reason I picked up my axe, now there's all sorts of stuff going on in here. The Thaumanomicon explains what all this stuff is and how it all works. Just in, well, not in there. No. This one? No. Does it? It tells you somewhere. I'm 100% sure. I think it's actually in here. Nope. Research. That's where it is. I think. Yeah, there we go. So once you've made your Thaumanomicon, the book, you'll be able to read all this and get a little bit of an understanding of how it all works and what you're supposed to do when you're getting research. At the moment, I don't have any research to research, I guess. I'm gonna make myself some paper with this. Excuse me, bottle. What the hell is that? Sugarcane seeds. Interesting. Make myself some paper. There we go. So that I can eventually unlock research. So see here how before it had the little red thing that said you don't have paper or scribing tools. Now I can get this research. I'm not going to grab any of this just yet, because the first thing I want to do is get Terra and Agua. So if you click on both of them, it puts them down here, and then you can click this thing here and it'll combine them. And there you go, I just made Victus, which is life, which is going to give me a lot more range to scan a whole bunch of different things. So hopefully it'll help you be able to scan a lot more stuff early on in the game. And don't, like the Thaumaturge said, there are about 50 or so aspects, with more and more being discovered every day. I don't know if that's actually true. I'm sure there's a limit to how many can be discovered. But as you can see here, it's got all the aspects that you know, and it tells you how much of each aspect you've got, which is really handy because you will be using these up when you do research. Some of the research notes require you to spend your aspects. I don't know if I have any of them at the moment, but it'll spend the aspects when you get the research. And I think with those ones you don't actually need to discover them or make the research notes and then fill the research notes out. You just get them. It's like paying a little bit of a price to get more information. So the first thing I want, I mean, ideally I want to get these, but I don't think I'm going to have the aspects I need to be able to research them to unlock it. So I'm gonna do this just so you can see what happens. So I've clicked on it, and in my inventory I've got this research notes, goggles of revealing. Now I plonk this research note in here, and as you can see there's a bunch of question marks, obviously, because I don't have the aspects I need to research. So what I'm going to need to do before I can research this is find what aspects go in here, in these three little spots. Now, I've messed around a little bit with Thaumcraft, and of course I've played Thaumcraft 3, so I imagine it's fairly similar, and I'm probably going to need something like a sense one, and maybe, I'm not entirely sure what the other ones are, but I obviously don't have the aspects to research that just yet. So let's have a look through all the different things that are in here. So you start off, you got your basic information, and here over this side, this is your research expertise, and as you unlock more and more of it, it'll let you research for cheaper. It might even let you research without having to spend aspects. I'm not 100% sure what they do. I'd have to obviously research them to find out. Over here is about the nodes. Now the nodes, those little glowy blobs of light things that hang out in the world everywhere, that's where you gain your what's called V, the aspects in your wand. So in the top corner you can see how I've got nothing in all of them. You'll be able to suck the aspects out of the nodes in the world, and with this stuff here, it'll let you get more more bang for your buck. It'll stop you from draining a node completely, which might destroy it, a whole bunch of other stuff. And then you have Thaumaturge, which is your wands. So as you can see, I've got my basic wand here, and then there's wand foci, which I'll get into later, and then the different types of caps, which give you different advantages, and great wood wand cores, which lets you store more V in your wand. I might grab that and see if I can do that research as well. Then you've got alchemy, which is like metal stuff. You can make magic tallow, different weird elemental stuff, and it eventually leads into the alchemy, which is what you use to break down aspects, or break down objects into their primal aspects or their aspects, and you use that to make other stuff. Then you have artifice, which is all the different things like goggles, your thermometer, a bunch of different other stuff which I haven't got the research for yet. It gives you a whole bunch of different stuff. So arcane stone, it'll tell you about that, and you can make arcane stone bricks and so on. Then you have golemancy, lets you make golems. This is one of the ones I was talking about. See how there's those two little question marks? If I had the aspects there, I could just purchase it, and then I wouldn't have to muck around in here trying to get the research notes. Basically, you just buy it, and then you've got it, and you can make whatever that is. And then we have Formic Tinker, which is the top end sort of stuff. Obviously, I don't have a lot of this stuff. Well, I don't have any of this stuff at the moment. I can make smoky quartz, bizarre, I guess, which at the moment doesn't really do anything for me apart from look pretty cool. I actually like the way that looks. Maybe I'll end up, it's going to require nether quartz. I was thinking maybe I'd end up replacing that basalt with it just for the flat black, but that's going to be extremely expensive, especially if I want to carry on like the theme all the way into my base. I think I'll be mining quartz forever. Alright, so let's see if I can unlock Greatwood Wand cores. Nope, don't have the aspects. Alright, so ooh, spooky noise. There must be a cave somewhere close by. So obviously I'm going to have to spend some time roaming about, scanning everything I can, and getting as many of these little, what are they called? Aspects. There we go. Get as many aspects as I can possibly find. I might even spend a little bit of time combining a bunch of them to see if I can come up with new aspects. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to do that in between episodes, and if anything really exciting happens I might throw a little clip in there or something for you guys, but at the moment I'm not going to bother. So I'm going to keep my Thaumaturge safe and sound in there. I'll keep that stuff on me just in case. Actually, I won't need it for now. I'm not going to be doing any more Thaumcraft stuff at the moment. Put all this stuff away. I'll keep this Thermometer with me and my wand just in case, because you never know. You might end up finding something that I can scan. So I'm going to put some of this stuff away. And I'm going to get on to the next thing I want to do with you guys, which is upgrading my tools. So you can probably see I've got a lumber axe and a hammer. You might not know what those do. I think I showed last time, but the hammer, boom, 3x3 block, really good. It's a pickaxe, but it does a 3x3 area. Very, very useful, especially when I was digging out this thing. Of course, at the moment I've only got the stone tools because I haven't made anything better, because I wanted to do that on camera with you guys. And how did you get out of the pen, chicken? Well, you're dead now. That's what happens. They're all escaping. That's... How did you get out? What are you doing? Anyway, so I'm going to take you guys through how to upgrade your tools. So I've made a whole bunch of stone stuff here. And as you can see, I've got copper ingots and aluminium ingots, or aluminum, whatever you want to call it, and I want 30 of them. And I'm going to make some aluminum brass, or aluminium brass, or whatever it's called. Easy way to do that is it's 3:1 aluminum to copper. So you need, in this case I'm using 10 copper, 30 aluminum. Obviously that's not going to fill up the whole thing just yet. I'm going to have to wait for it to smelt, and then I'm going to have to add the rest of the aluminum or aluminium in afterwards. And it should just mix it all up into aluminium brass or aluminum brass without a hassle. So I'm going to wait for that to cook up. I'm going to get my stuff set up here. The first thing I'm going to want to build is probably an upgraded hammer. So I'm going to take all the stuff that I need for the hammer. Which is this? So you need a tough rod, a tough binding, a large plate, and the hammerhead. There we go, so we've got the molten aluminum brass, and you can see I've got a few molten aluminum ingots. I'm going to throw the rest of that in there. We'll see, it should all just melt together. Anyway, I've got 20 aluminum brass 20 ingots worth of aluminum brass in there. Alright, so what you want to do is go to your casting table, plonk in whatever it is you want to make a cast of, and this is how you're going to make upgraded stuff. So there you go, boom, and it goes straight into here because I've got it set up to just drag it into there. And that's your stone tough binding cast. Now I'm going to do that for pretty much everything that I've got in this chest over here. Quite a few things, because obviously I want to upgrade all my weapons and all my tools so that I don't have to worry about you know, them breaking quite as often because they're made out of stone. So that one's done. Alright, so let me do this, guys, and I'll bring you guys back once I've got all of these casts set up and once I'm ready to start making some fresh tools. Alright guys, unfortunately I've run out of time for today. I didn't get to make those upgraded tools and weapons that I wanted to do, but what I'm going to do is next episode I'm going to have that stuff ready to go just straight away so we can do it together, and it'll be done within the first couple of seconds. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you liked the episode, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep watching my series. I hope you had a good time, because I did, and I'll see you all on the next episode.